Hello everyone, welcome to my closet. I apologize that I have not been putting up any DIYs and crafts lately. I have been very sick, very ill. I had a head cold and then I got a sinus infection that I'm just still kind of in the middle of and just have not had any energy or any thoughts at all about putting together any DIYs or crafting. But I did want to really quickly put up a video. It's getting to be the end of August, and at the beginning of October, my husband and I are going to be taking a huge anniversary trip to the Florida Keys. And so I have been preparing and putting together some traveling kind of, not really DIY traveling, but just kind of little tips and tricks and little hacks and things that you might find useful if you're going to be traveling soon. And so I thought that I would share those with you in a quick video soon. So let's get into it. Excuse me. And I apologize for my voice. I'm still very plugged up in my head and in my sinuses, and I have still not fully recovered. So I apologize. Okay, so the first kind of hack or trick that I have for you when traveling is obviously on the airplane. You want your airplane travel to be as relaxed and as non-stressful as possible. And for me, I am not one of those travelers that can pack for like a 7-day vacation in a carry-on. Like, I just can't do it. There's just no way for me. I am a chronic overpacker, and I just can't, my brain just can't think, oh, 7 days, I can fit it all in this teeny little like carry-on or this teeny little bag or something. Like, I can't do it. Excuse me. So most of my luggage and most of my items are going to be checked. However, I am going to have a small personal item that I'm going to be having with me on the plane, and it will include the following. I have already ordered compression cubes from Amazon. I have a set for me and a set for my husband. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting a pair of pants, a t-shirt, a pair of socks, a pair of underwear inside a small compression cube. And then I'm going to put it at the bottom of my personal item on the plane. Because all of my items are going to be checked and I won't have them with me if, heaven forbid, my luggage gets lost. I want to be able to have a change of clothes with me, on me, in the plane with me, in case that happens. In case our luggage gets lost, I want to have a outfit ready to go with me on the plane. So I will be using one of the smaller compression cubes to carry a change of clothes, another outfit, so that I can be ready until my lost luggage gets to me. So that will be at the bottom of my personal item. Excuse me. Next, I have, this is a small, I guess you would call it like a dop kit or a shaving kit. It's a small And I'll show you mine. Mine is this lime color, and then I got my husband a black one. And it's just a very small hanging traveling shaving kit. I'm not exactly sure what else you would call it. However, I'm not using it as a shaving kit. This is our travel airplane essentials kit, if you will. This is going in the top of my personal item that's going with me on the plane. And I'll show you what I have in here. Mine is just a little bit different than my husband's, but the premise is the same. This is going to carry all of the items that you would need for a comfortable and relaxing plane ride. So in the bottom section here, this has a zip. It's a fairly good size. It's not super big or anything, but it's a fairly good size. In the bottom section, I have my air fly so that I can hook it into the movie system or the video system on the plane, and I can watch TV shows or movies with my AirPods. My AirPods will also go into this section here. I have my wristbands that help with nausea and motion sickness, that they have little dots, they have little pressure points on these wristbands, and they hit a certain pressure point on your wrist and it helps with motion sickness. Those go in here. Excuse me. I also have a portable, it's not a fan, it's a, it's just like a little wavy, it just helps circulation of air, and it's just folded up and it goes in this nice little pouch so that I know there's air that comes down from the airplane, but sometimes, especially for me, because I get motion sickness and I get a little bit of airplane sickness, sometimes just that movement of air over my face can help. So that's what this is. I have my portable charger. It has 3 different types of cords on the back, so I can charge my phone, I can charge my Kindle, and what else can I charge on the back of this? I don't even know. Anyway, it's also got USB. It's got a whole bunch of different other plugs, but this is basically a portable charging bank. So this goes in there. And then I also have a small little phone stand that's foldable. It just kind of goes like that, you can rest your phone on. If you have, like if you wanted to watch YouTube videos, or if you had a particular show that you had downloaded before you got on the plane that they weren't showing on the entertainment system, then this is nice because you can prop up your phone and you can watch things on the plane, and it just folds up nice and skinny. That goes in here. And like I said, my AirPods will also go in here. So anything kind of technology wise, it lives down here. And that way I'm not trying to reach into my backpack or my bag, whatever I decide to end up using. And I'm not futzing and fussing around trying to find the item that I need. It's all right here. I know where it is, and it's hanging off of the seat in front of me so that I'm not constantly reaching down underneath the seat where my feet is trying to find any of these items. It's right here. I know where it is. It's super easy. In this middle section right here, I've got some little toothpicks, little floss picks, just in case I'm, eating a snack, something gets in between my teeth. There is nothing worse than having something stuck in between your teeth and you can't get it with your fingernail and you can't get it with your tongue, and it's just sitting there, it's bugging the crap out of you. So I always have floss picks wherever I go. I also have a compact mirror, just in case I need it for said floss pick. Or if something gets in my eye, or if I need it, just who knows for what I might need it for. So I do have a small compact mirror in there. I also have a small bottle of lotion. I also have, this is a small vapor inhaler. I got this at the Dollar Tree. You know how sometimes you're on a plane and maybe you're sitting somewhere and somebody has brought with them beef jerky, or maybe somebody has just eaten a garlic sandwich. I don't know. People on planes are weird. Like, you can't, and for me especially, I'm very prone to airplane sickness, motion sickness. I get nauseated really easily, and smells just sometimes do not agree with me and can make my stomach really queasy. So this vapor inhaler is just, it's like Vicks. Ooh, and it's just menthol is all it is. But if there's ever weird smells, if somebody happens to open up beef jerky or brings a snack, or who knows, people are weird. And that smell, I can't smell it because it makes me nauseated and I just can't. Then I can break this out and I can just kind of roll it underneath my nostrils, and then I don't have to smell the weird smell that's making me sick to my stomach. And that's what this is. I also have, that I found at the Dollar Tree, I have this nasal inhaler. It is a 2-in-1. It's kind of a minty, it's a minty fresh nasal inhaler. And all this does is it kind of, you breathe it in and it just kind of freshens up your nose. It doesn't like clear your sinuses, or else trust me, I'd have been using it this past week. It just, again, it helps prevent you from getting headaches or nauseated from smells, especially if you're very sensitive to smells. You can use something like this to kind of put a fresh, clean scent inside of your nostrils so that you don't get headaches or you don't get nauseated. So I'll also be putting this inside of my my little kit here. I also have some eye drops, because we all know how dry the air is inside of airplanes, and so you want to make sure that you have eye drops, and also you want to make sure that you have chapstick, because those two things are going to be super important because of the dry air. I also have a small little Tide stain pen, because you never know. There's coffee, there's Coke, there's stuff on the airplane that you could accidentally spill on your clothes, and sometimes it's nice just to have a small little stain pen. I also have a small little travel deodorant, just because it's nice to be able to be not stinky and stay fresh. I also have little toothbrushes, what are these? These are the Crest Scope. They don't require any toothpaste or anything. It's already got everything that you need. It comes in a pack of 2, so you can just run to the restroom on the airplane and you can freshen up. And this is really super easy. It folds up super nice, so you can just, fold this up and take this with you in the restroom and use your toothbrush. You can use your deodorant, you can use your eye drops. I also have in my little bag, there's this top little portion right up here. It's a very small little zipper portion. And in this little section, I've got some face and body wipes. I've got some little soap sheets that are, you just kind of rub them between your hands with water and they foam up. Those are nice. I've also got some poopery in case, hey, you know what? You never know what's going to happen on the plane, and it's only polite. So these are nice. They're nice and skinny. It just looks like a little deck of cards. And so it can be in here and doesn't take up hardly any room at all. I've also got a small little hand sanitizer, which is nice to have because germs are nothing if not rampant on planes. I've also got a little cuticle pen because, again, things are so dry in that air on the airplane that it's sometimes nice just to kind of treat yourself. So I have this little cuticle pen that goes with my lotion for my hands. And then I also have these, which are little towels, little towelettes, and they're just scrunched down in basically in nothing. They're so teeny and small, but when you get them wet with a little bit of water, they floof up into these big towelettes, and then you can use them, you know, to give yourself a little wipe down if you want to, or, you know, you can wipe your face, or, you know, if there's a spill or so somebody spills coffee or something on you, then you can use these. So I've got all that in here. Now, so this little kit is going to hang off of the seat in front of me, and I'll have everything that I need right here, with the exception of snacks. Now, my husband's little pack isn't as big as mine, and so his snacks are going to go right in his little travel kit, and it's not going to be an issue. However, I am a diabetic, and so my situation is a little bit different from most other people's, in that I have kind of a mental game that I play with myself every day with my blood sugars. And so I will have a separate, smaller little pack that has just my snacks in it. And so my husband's snacks, it's easy for him just to have a granola bar in there and be fine for the basically all day travel trip that this is going to be for us. Me, however, I need all sorts of snacks and things available to me in case my sugars go low. And so I will have a separate little kit that has a variety of different snacks, and it will sit at the top of my personal items so that I can get to it quickly and easily, so that I can access it when that's needed. A few other things that I do have along those lines. Here's the other one. So this is one of those hard travel cases that you can put medicine in. And so this actually will carry my insulin. You can also carry all different kinds of medication if you have to travel with prescription medication that needs to go in the fridge. Some migraine medicine has to be refrigerated. I know insulin pens, I know Ozempics and the GLP-1 medications have to be refrigerated. So any of those things, this like hard case is a really excellent way to travel with those. And they also have ice packs that are specifically designed for these cases that you slide right in here into these little pouches. And then they have straps that you can put pens in. They have a small little pouch here that you can put insulin in. And it's a nice hard case, and so it makes it really easy and really safe to be able to travel with your prescription medications. And so this is what my insulin will go in, and I will travel with my insulin on me. I will not be checking it because if my luggage happens to get lost for a day or two, I need to be able to have my insulin, and so this will be going with me in my personal item. These at the dollar store. I always travel with some sort of ginger candy, a ginger chew, a ginger melt, something ginger I always have with me, especially when I traveled to Hawaii and I knew that I was going to be out on a boat because we were taking an excursion. I definitely made sure that I had ginger, and I definitely made sure that I had Dramamine because, again, I am prone to getting nauseous and motion sickness. And so you can really find ginger type things anywhere. Lots of like natural food stores have a lot of different types of ginger type candies or chews or things that you can get. I happened to find this at the Dollar Tree the other day, and I was surprised. I had never seen anything like this there before, and so I grabbed it and thought I would try it. They also have Dramamine at the Dollar Tree. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative for Dramamine, they do have a motion sickness pill there that you can get there. I always have Dramamine though, and so I've got plenty that I can take on my trip with me. Another thing that I found at the Dollar Tree are these little BPure antibacterial wipes. And they're just little teeny, and they have these little hooks on them. And these I will be hooking on both my husband and mine personal items as we get on the plane, because if you know, you know, you have got to wipe down your seat, your tray, your headrest, your everything. Wipe down everything. I know they say that they do it, but again, this is basically a petri dish. An airplane is a petri dish with germs everywhere, and you do not want to get sick as you're going on vacation. So these will go with us, and these will be used to wipe down anything and everything before we get on that plane. Another thing I will recommend that is going to go inside of both of our travel kits is hydration. Make sure that you are staying hydrated. And I know a lot of people say that they will not drink, they refuse to drink anything before they get on a plane because they don't want to have to use the yucky airplane bathroom. I do not think that is a good idea. I am also a big proponent of wearing compression socks when on a plane, because you want to make sure that your blood is circulating. You don't want to be in any danger of blood clots. You're sitting for a long time. This is going to be an all-day travel trip for both of us. We're going to Dallas, then we have quite a bit of a layover, and then we're going to Miami. 2 plane rides, and so we definitely are going to wear compression socks, and we definitely are going to stay hydrated. I don't care about using the airplane bathrooms. I've got plenty of things that make the experience more comfortable for me, and so I am not worried about that at all. I am more worried about staying hydrated and keeping myself healthy than I am about an airplane bathroom. So these are Relights. You can get these, I got these at Harmon's, but you can get them at any grocery store, and they're just little single serving sticks, and so these are nice and compact, and they will go in our travel cases so that we can add them to water bottles, or you could even add them to like a Sprite or like a 7-Up or something if as they're serving their drinks and their snacks, you could ask for a Sprite or a 7-Up and add one of those. That would be really good, kind of a sparkly pina colada flavor. Anyway, stay hydrated is very important, so we will definitely be taking some of those. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to show you, I found these on Amazon, and I have been looking for a way to pack up my liquids and my hygiene products. It's a struggle, and I'll tell you why. Because I have a lot of them. I'm trying to grow my hair out, and so I'm using a ton of products on my hair. I am in process of my skin changing. I'm getting older, and so I'm trying to figure out what works for anti-aging and my skin, and so I'm using a bunch of different products, serums, things like that. And so I have a lot of different products that I'm using at the moment, and I'm trying to figure out how am I going to take all of these products that I'm currently using in my normal routine, how am I going to get them, with me for a 7-day vacation? Do I just take, the bare minimum and cut way down on what my normal routine is, and then just use, whatever there happens to be at the place that we're staying, or, and risk using subpar things on my hair and on my face and then try and recover when I get back? Or do I somehow try to pack everything that I'm currently using and know that my hair and my skin are going to, and I'm going to maintain what progress I've made, even though I'm going to be gone from home for 7 days? And so I think I found the solution. Let me show you what I have found. So these, if I can get them open. These are teeny little pouches. Aren't they cute? They have a flip top, so you can squeeze them out, and it comes with a funnel, and then you can unscrew the top and put the funnel in, and then you can fill it up with whatever: shampoo, conditioner, moisturizer, face wash, whatever. And they come in different sizes. And so there's a small one, there's a large one, but the tops are the same. And I got 2 of these bags, and I honestly can't even remember how much they were. I think they were $5 for a bag. It was super cheap. It like was nothing. But then they lay flat. They don't take up a lot of space. They lay, you can squeeze the air out, and then they lay nice and flat. But then this way, I can take just the amount that I need for the week. I don't have to take, big full-size bottles of product that I need. I can just take what I need in my little pouches. But I can take all the product that I want in the amount that I need. And then I have this little clear plastic case. This is actually a pencil case that I found from Walmart. And it's got a zipper on it. It's clear, so if I needed to take some items with me through security, then this would work. And then these would just go right inside of here. Obviously, I'm going to check a lot, but I do want to make sure, obviously, if my luggage gets lost, I do want to make sure that I have at least a few products that I can use for a day or two until my luggage gets to me again. So this is a good way to do that so that I can take this through security. But I also have a full size, one of those really large makeup kit things that you unzip and then it unfolds and you hang it, and it's got a ton of pockets and a ton of room. And so, I mean, I can fit 2 bags of these in one of those easily. I don't need to. I definitely don't have that many products. But if I needed to, then I could, see? And so this is going to solve that problem for me, where I can take what I need for 7 days, but not, you know, damage my hair any further and not lose any of the progress that I've made with my hair care or my skincare, because I can take the products that I need just in the amounts that I need. I don't need a big amount. I can just take the amount that I need and it's going to work out really well. Okay, so that's just, I have so many more travel things that I have collected and that I have gathered. I want this to be the most relaxing, amazing experience. This is like a once in a lifetime trip for my husband and I to be able to go and take this vacation. So I am really putting a lot of effort into planning this and into making this a very comfortable experience and trying to anticipate as many roadblocks and then preparing for them as I can. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Hopefully you got a few ideas, tips, tricks for your next travel, your next vacation. And so I will probably be making a couple of more videos showing you all the fun outfits that I got to go to the Keys. I got some cute swimsuits, some cute dresses that I would love to do a little fashion show. I think that would be fun. Of course, I will be getting back to DIYs. It's getting to be fall and Halloween, which is my favorite time of year. So I will definitely be doing all of that. Thank you so much, though, for your patience and your understanding while I have been sick and under the weather. And hopefully that gives you a little bit of help for your next travel vacation excursion that you may be taking, or hopefully that gave you a few tips and tricks that you can implement the next time you get away. So I'll see you next time.